Hi, boys and girls. I want to begin by apologizing for not recording our lesson this morning. For whatever reason, we got it started and I forgot to hit the record button. So I'm going to go ahead and go back and present that lesson to you now so that you won't be behind on what we studied. So the first thing we're going to look at today is a PowerPoint that talks about double consonants. All right, so this PowerPoint is called Jazzy Bubbles. Now, I tried to play it through earlier, and I didn't have a lot of success with it showing up correctly on our screen. So I'm going to go ahead and just click on each page for you. So double consonants are that we're looking at for this week's spelling words are words that have the two consonants in the middle, like happy, funny, zipper, rubber, puzzle, Jimmy, and little. And in this instance, because there's two consonants in the middle, that's where you would split your syllables. Happy, funny, zipper, rubber, puzzle, little, Jimmy. Would you like to read the story about Jazzy Bubbles? After you've read about Jazzy, let's hunt and underline words that have double consonants. Jazzy Bubbles has many hobbies, but he loves to play the saxophone at the bottom of the ocean. How many words did you find? When we see the ZZ in Jazzy, the BB in Bubbles, we have a BB in Hobbies, and a TT in Bottom. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 words that have double consonants. Look and underline the words that have double consonants. The silly kitten fell in the middle of the puddle before she climbed the ladder to get the balloons. Well, in this instance, we have double consonants in the word silly, silly, in the word kitten, kitten, but also in the word fell. But in the word fell, the double consonants appear at the end of the word. So it's a little bit different because it's a one-syllable word, fell, and you wouldn't split those letters if you were going to count syllables. Middle, middle have 2 syllables. Puddle has 2 syllables. Ladder has 2 syllables, and balloons has 2 syllables. Who am I? I hop around for food. I love to eat carrots, cabbages, and lettuce. So this could be either a rabbit or a bunny. Who am I? I live in trees. I like to eat acorns, nuts, berries, squirrels, and peaches. I am a squirrel. Squirrel has 2 R's in the middle, and you would split those syllables at the 2 R's. All right, so we're just going to move on down here to the bottom and pick which of these words is spelled correctly. Now we are looking specifically at words that have 2 double consonants in the middle. So in this particular word, the word yellow is correctly spelled. You'll notice this does not have 2 double consonants in the middle, and neither does this word. Mission, M-I-S-S-I-O-N, has the double consonants in the middle. Paddle. Well, now we have double consonants down here, but paddle starts with p, 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 not o. So the correct spelling is P-A-D-D-L-E. Now you can look at the rest of that particular PowerPoint on your own time. I just wanted to give you an idea of what we're going to be doing with the double consonant spelling words this week. So this week our goal with our double consonant spelling words is to be sure that we understand that one of the things that we're trying to do with them is to make sure that we are splitting those syllables in between the 2 letters. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at our cause and effect lesson for this week. All right, this week our cause and effect lesson is actually a social studies lesson. The social studies lesson is cause and effect because it is, like all of our content areas, a lesson that requires reading. Cause and effect is a very important comprehension skill that you will use across all content areas. You'll use it in math, you'll use it in science, you'll use it in social studies, and of course you'll use it in reading. What is cause and effect? Well, what happens when you kick a ball? It moves away from you, right? The reason the ball moves away from you is because you kicked it. The cause is kicking, the effect is the ball moving away from you. This is called cause and effect. Any action causes a reaction. You can see it all around you, even in things you read. A cause is the reason something happens. To find the cause in a text passage, we ask the question, why did it happen? Let's find the cause in this sentence. The 13 colonies wanted to be free from England. So they asked Thomas Jefferson to write the Declaration of Independence. So what happened? Thomas Jefferson wrote the Declaration of Independence. Why did he write it? Because the 13 colonies wanted to be free from England, so they asked him to write the Declaration of Independence. Why did Thomas Jefferson write the Declaration of Independence? Because the 13 colonies wanted to be free from England. This is the cause. The 13 colonies wanted to be free from England. An effect is what happened. To find the effects in a text passage, we ask what happened. So let's find the effect in the sentence we just read. What happened when the 13 colonies wanted to be free from England? Very simple. They asked Thomas Jefferson to write the Declaration of Independence. That is the effect. Thinking about cause and effect will give you a better understanding of the events you read about. Authors will often use cause and effect to let you know there is a cause and effect. Authors will often use clue words to let you know that there is a cause and effect in a text. So what's a clue word? Here are some examples. These are not all of them, only a few. Because, as a result, therefore, and so. Why don't you jot those down? Because, as a result, therefore, and so. We're going to read some paragraphs, and I want you to look for the words for different clue words while we're reading to try and find the cause and the effect. All right, let's read this paragraph together and find the cause and effect. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. spoke of his dream for a world free of prejudice. We remember reading about his I Have a Dream speech. Well, as a result, Congress passed the Civil Rights Act of 1964, making segregation in public places illegal. So because Martin Luther King spoke all across the country for civil rights and made a very impassioned plea, telling the world that he had a dream of a place where everybody would be treated equal, it affected people so much that the government passed the Civil Rights Act. And the Civil Rights Act made it illegal to treat people with different types of skin or beliefs badly, to not permit them to do the same thing that all of the white people in the country did. So we're going to use the chart to help us. Let's try to find the cause and effect. Let's start with a clue word. Now, what were our clue words? We had so, we had as a result of, there were a couple more. It seems like I saw because. Let's read our paragraph and see if we see any clue words. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. spoke of his dream for a world free of prejudice. As a result, that was a clue word. Let's see if we're right.
Correct.
Congress passed the Civil Rights Act of 1964, making segregation in public places illegal. All right, so now let's ask that question. What happened? Why did it happen? Well, what happened was that Congress passed the Civil Rights Act. Why did it happen? It happened because of Martin Luther King's speech. So now let's find the cause. Martin Luther King's speech.
Excellent.
That caused Congress to change the laws. And how did the law change? They passed the Civil Rights Act of 1964.
Super.
From this paragraph, we know that Congress passed the Civil Rights Act as a result of Dr. Martin Luther King speaking of his dream for a world free of prejudice. All right, let's try it again. We're going to read this paragraph together and we're going to find the cause and effect. Oh wait, we just did that one. Let's try another one. Here we go. People in the South believed that they could ignore laws passed by Congress if the laws hurt the state. Because of the disagreement, a division started between the northern and southern states. This eventually led to the Civil War. So the first thing we're going to look for are clue words. Now, what were the clue words? As a result, so, since, because. All right, here's because. Let's see if that's the clue word. It is. So, people in the South believed they could ignore laws passed by Congress if the laws hurt the state. Because of that disagreement, a division started between the northern and southern states that eventually led to the Civil War. So, what is the cause? What happened? Well, what happened was a division started between the northern and southern states. But why did it happen? The cause is why it happened. Oh, because people in the South believed that they could ignore laws passed by Congress if the laws hurt the state. All right, we found our clue word. We found the cause. But what was the effect? Okay, we know why it happened, but what happened? That's right. Because of the disagreement, a division started between the northern and southern states. That eventually led to the Civil War. So we asked those questions. Why did it happen? What happened? All right, so that is our cause and effect lesson for today. Tomorrow, we're going to play a cause and effect game. But before we do that, I want you to take a look at the paper that we're going to turn in that has to do with the double consonants. All right, so I'm going to pause the video and pull that up for you real quickly here. All right, let's go ahead and pull this paper up. We're going to go to our Google Classroom. And when we go to the Google Classroom, here's our classroom here. You know it has me at the top. We are going to scroll down and we're going to look for the Jazzy Bubbles, because Jazzy Bubbles was the lesson that we did on double consonants earlier. And you're going to click on this little clipboard. And when you click on the clipboard, you're going to get a double consonant sheet. And this is what it looks like. Now, we did do this earlier with the class. And so I'm going to go ahead and erase what we did earlier. We are not going to do every single word this afternoon. I'm just going to show you a few of them so that you understand what to do. And then you're going to have to turn this one in on your own. So make sure when you do it that you type your name in at the top. So we see this one has Jere's name. So Jere did this paper for us earlier today, which is great because that means she did what she was supposed to do. But this is what you're going to do. You're going to come down here and you're going to write the basic word that best completes each group. Now, where is that word going to come from? We see sheet and blanket. What goes with sheet and blanket? These are things that go on the bed. But bed is not one of these basic words. You have to make sure your word comes from down here where the basic words are. So, sheet and blanket. Let's see what goes with that. Jelly. I don't think we put jelly in the bed. Bottom. Pillow. We're going to type in pillow because sheet, blanket, and pillow all go on a bed. Now let's look at chapter and unit. Chapter and unit. When I see chapter, I think of a book. But when I see unit, I think about a textbook. Like we might use in school. So let's see if there's something down here that has to do with school. Jelly bottom pillow. No, those don't have to do with school. Happen butter lesson. Ah, lesson. So let's type lesson in for that one. Now, let's do one more together. Dime and quarter. Those are both types of money. So let's look down here if we see any types of money. Jelly, bottom, pillow, happen, butter, lesson, cherry. None of those are money. Sudden, arrow, dollar. Dollar is a type of money. So I'm going to type in dollar. So you're going to do that for each one of these groups of words. You're going to read the words, then you're going to come down here and try to find something similar, and you're going to type that in. Now you notice there's only 10 of them, but we have 14 words to choose from. So you're not going to use every single word. There will be some words that you don't use this time. So I want to thank you for coming and taking the time to watch our video. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow morning at 9:30. Now, just in case you didn't know, I do log in at 9 o'clock every morning to allow the students a chance to visit with their classmates. If you want to come in early so that you can see your friends and chit chat with them before we actually get started, you're more than welcome to do that. Make sure, though, that you bring paper and pencil in case you need to take notes. Tomorrow we are going to do a cause and effect cahoots. We're going to look at another double consonant worksheet. We're going to do it together so that when you get ready to turn that one in, that you understand what we're doing. And if we have time, and I have to emphasize if we have time, because we ran over this morning into Miss Roebuck's time, and I can't do that. We have to end on time. But if we have time, we may also do let's see, we're going to do the cahoots. We're going to do the double consonant sheet. We may do one other like fun activity because I have a couple of other fun things planned. But if we don't get to it tomorrow, we'll definitely do it on Friday. So you guys have a great day, and I will look forward to seeing you tomorrow.